Seattle's contribution to popular music is undisputed. You know the names, from Hendrix to Hart, Pearl Jam, Macklemore, and many, many more in between. In this series, we're going to examine Seattle's music community, in depth with unique performances, with interviews, and much, much more. We're also going to find out what makes Seattle, Seattle, and what makes this city on the shores of the Puget Sound one of the best places on the planet for music. Welcome to Sounds by the Sound.
Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to another episode of Sounds by the Sound. My name's Andy Harms, and we are in the Seattle neighborhood of Columbia City. Now, if you had been to Columbia City 10, 15 years ago, it would have been a much different place than it is now. It has been growing exponentially with great restaurants, great coffee shops, and at the center of it is here, the Columbia City Theater, an amazing music venue and recording studio. I could pretend like I know what's happening on here, but I have no idea. That records bands. It's a great place where music gets made, and that's what we're going to explore on this episode, where music gets made in Seattle. While we're here, we're going to get a great performance. We're going to talk with Ayron Jones and The Way, who have arguably had their best year as a band in 2015. They played the South by Southwest Music Festival, they played the main stage at the Sasquatch Music Festival, and are currently working on a brand new record with some pretty impressive dudes that we're going to talk about in just a little bit. We're also going to head north to the legendary Robert Lang Studios. Some of the best musicians and some of the best records in Northwest history have been made at Robert Lang Studios. The Presidents of the United States of America made one of their best records there. Nirvana recorded there, amongst numerous others. Over there, we're going to hang out with Jeff Angell, a guy that's made great rock music in Seattle for years and years and years. Get his perspective on how this community has changed, what's going on with the community now, and what it's like to record at Robert Lang, such a legendary place. We're also going to meet up with a guy named Bob Lovelace at the Seattle Drum School. It's a great place for musicians and non-musicians alike to congregate in Seattle to learn about and perform music. It's a special place. But first, right now, it is a performance from Ayron Jones and The Way from the Columbia City Theater. You are watching Sounds by the Sound.
Bob Lovelace on the bass, the song Karimi on the drums. My name's Ayron Jones. We're Ayron Jones and The Way from Seattle, Washington. The song is called The Boys from the Puget Sound. I already called the fucking police, 'cause we the baddest band in town. We'll blow out all your fucking windows. Here come the boys from the Puget Sound. Can you hear me? No. Can you hear me? No. Remember the times you said you loved me, baby? You know your words don't mean a thing. Lies say you love stormy weather. And child, you can't stand the rain. She don't feel me. No. She don't feel me. No.
Ayron, I'm gonna give you a quote. I want you to tell me what it means.
Sure.
Right? It's Seattle rock meets urban soul.
When I think of Seattle rock meets urban soul, I think about the collective neighborhoods all over Seattle, Washington that hold their own culture. I'm just kind of trying to unify that culture, you know, using that kind of like that urban city feel and then putting it in with that classic Seattle culture, Seattle rock.
There's so much rich history in Seattle when it comes to music. Any Pacific Northwest musicians that you gravitated towards as a fan or as an inspiration growing up?
Oh, definitely. You know, Sir Mix-a-Lot, for instance, is a huge inspiration. He worked on my last album with me, and so when you have someone like that who's around and you can look up to, and not even just him, but like the grunge cats. You know, I've been working with Barrett Martin, had a chance to work with Mike McCready, and these guys are they're amazing. Those are the people that I look up to, and I tried to gravitate towards the most.
Let's delve a little bit deeper into Sir Mix-a-Lot, because obviously people watching this outside of Seattle think of Sir Mix-a-Lot and they think about one thing. They think about Baby Got Back, which, I mean, that's a good thing to be known for, absolutely, but he has meant so much to this music community on a different level. Can you explain kind of the depth to which he has meant to this music community?
To this day, I mean, next to Macklemore, I think, you know, but he was probably the biggest rapper to come out of Seattle.
Yeah.
The fact that he's constantly giving, even he tells me stories about when he started making it, and he just kept coming back to his neighborhood and giving back. And anytime he sees a special talent that he feels like can use a hand up, he'll give you a hand up, you know. So.
And it's a very Seattle thing. It's the old school helping out the new school, helping to bring them up. How did Mix find you? It was a special circumstance at the Hard Rock, right?
Yeah, we were in the Hard Rock Rising Battle of the Bands worldwide thing, and we were going around doing different shows, trying to gather votes to get to the next round. And Mix-a-Lot had gotten a phone call from us from like 2 or 3 different people in like an hour or 2 hour time span. Decided, okay, I gotta go see these guys. Play at this bar called the Rat and the Raven. It was gone now in the U District, and he walks in and checks us out. And there's like 10 people there, you know. But he loved it so much, he decided he wanted to help us out and produce the album.
It's great, man.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific places here in Seattle that you like to record? Any place you like to lay down music?
Yeah, right now I'm working at Avast Studios. That's probably my favorite place to work at right now.
Yeah, you could say the legendary Avast
The legendary
Studios.
Avast
Absolutely. A lot of good
Studios,
stuff's been done there.
Yeah, I'm working there right now, and I love that place, and it's just got such an energy and a vibe to it.
2015's been a big year for you. Just tell us about some of the highlights, some of the biggest parts for you.
Oh, let's see. We had a Sasquatch, Main State of Sasquatch at the Gorge was a big one for us.
Such a big deal.
Huge, yeah. We were at South by Southwest. We had 8 shows down there. We had a show with Slipknot.
That's awesome.
And at Pain in the Grass over at the White River Amphitheater. So it's been a pretty big year.
Sasquatch is a very cool, uniquely Northwest music festival that's been going on now for over a decade. Can you kind of explain to people who don't know kind of about Sasquatch and what that means for a young artist like yourself?
Oh yeah, for young artists like myself to jump on the stage at any stage at Sasquatch, it's a huge honor, and like that literally is almost like the city's way of saying, hey, welcome to the big time, kid, you got it.
Ayron, congratulations on 2015.
Thank you, man.
Looking forward to 2016. Can't wait for the new record.
Thank you, brother.
It's Ayron Jones. You're watching Sounds by the Sound. Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. Right now we're going to Robert Lang's studios to meet up with Jeff Angell, a guy who's played in so many great bands over the years, from Poststardom Depression to Missionary Position to Walking Papers. He's got a brand new project that we're going to talk with him about, plus we're going to get a performance from Jeff that we're very excited about. And now we're going to walk through Robert Lang's studios with Jeff, talk about what it's like to record there and what it's been like for him making music in the Seattle arts community for the last, well, I'm not going to tell you how many years, but he's been doing it for a long time. Sounds by the Sound. So you have recorded here before, right?
A couple times.
Awesome.
Recorded a few times.
There's a lot of nooks and crannies. Every different place is a place where you can record stuff. And you see some of the iconic albums that have been recorded here, from the Presidents of the United States of America to recordings from, you got Nirvana right here. You got Sir Mix-a-Lot, who of course is a Northwest guy. From the outside looking in, it just looks like a house in a neighborhood. But it's kind of nestled into this, I don't want to say mountain, but giant hill. And again, it's got all of these nooks and crannies.
Also, you might want to notice, over here, a lot of people don't know that Kurt Cobain actually wrote Heart-Shaped Box right in there.
That's very true.
It's true.
Yeah. There's just some of the legendary moments here,
Yeah,
Robert
it's
Lang.
magic is what they call it. Studio magic.
For sure. Watch your head. This is never a problem for me. We're headed into the underground, into the belly. I feel like if Daddy Warbucks had a fireplace, this is exactly what it would look like.
There's no parallel walls in here. The ceiling isn't parallel with the floor, so when the sound bounces around here, it just keeps going.
I look at this, and this is one of the most intimidating, terrifying, like how does anybody know how this works sort of thing.
Solid state logic, SSL, G series.
Yeah, you could be speaking French to me right now. I have no idea what that means.
That was French.
Yeah.
It meant this is the bee's knees.
I was gonna say, there's a secret door and a secret entrance to a place that they call the Bat Cave. Let's go down there. Is it like you press this button?
Yeah, or you pull out a book, or you lift a lamp.
It's got a handle.
You just go.
Oh,
That's the handle's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, shoot. So right through here, right through a door from the house in Pleasantville. Oh, dude! There's a basketball hoop.
You got to have those in the
studio. I don't know what that has to do with music, but I know what it has to do with fun.
I personally, my first love was basketball.
Really? You a basketball guy?
No.
Oh, okay.
And when I realized in about third grade that the NBA wasn't for me, I was like, maybe I can play guitar.
Jeff, you have been making rock music in Seattle for a long time. When did you get started?
The thing that got me started is I saw these girls I knew. They invited me to see a show by some friends of theirs, and it turned out to be Alice in Chains and Mother Love Bone.
It's a good show, man.
So it changed my whole perspective. Like, you could definitely see them doing their thing, and they were better than the bands that were on MTV, and it was so real, and they made it tangible. I just basically went home and started writing songs. But then within a few years, I met like-minded people, and I got to open some shows for them in Soundgarden, and I've opened for Mother Love Bone and Soundgarden, all those guys, when I was still in high school.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So you were in a band called Postpartum Depression. You were in a band called Missionary Position, a band called Walking Papers.
Yeah.
And what are you doing now?
And a few others you didn't mention.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are the three. The list is long and distinguished.
Now I just made a record, record with Ben, my partner from the Missionary Position. We finished that record in Nashville, and that should be coming out probably soon after this thing comes out.
Awesome.
The first place I played the new songs was right here with you guys, so it's
awesome.
I like to keep it all in the family, you know.
We appreciate that, absolutely. We are at Robert Lang's studios. You're watching Sounds by the Sound.
I'm Jeff Angell, and this song is I'll Find You. The party's done, and all the guests have gone. The lights are low and you've got little on. Yeah, you fixed your eyes on me, but you wait to make your move. The course of true love ain't one to run smooth. If it was up to me, you'd always have your way, and we could leave tonight. We might just get away, and we'll die holding hands like you want us to. I promise in the next life I'll find you. I know that you would rather die than let them see you cry. I didn't get to say goodbye before they bled you dry. Yeah, the night was quiet, like headlights in the rain. I won't wait around for my conscience to complain. And life can be cruel sometimes. It's never been more true. If they come for you, then they'll have to take me too. If it was up to me, you'd always have your way, and we could leave tonight. We might just get away, and we'll die holding hands like you want us to. I promise in the next life I'll find you. I know that you would rather die than let them see you cry. I didn't get to say goodbye before they bled you dry. If it was up to me, you'd always have your way, and we could leave tonight. You might just get away, and we'll die holding hands like you want us to. I promise in the next life I'll find you. I know that you would rather die than let them see you cry. I didn't get to say goodbye before they bled you dry.
Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. Right now we're going to introduce you to a guy named Bob Lovelace, who moved to Seattle 30 years ago, and in that time has become just a seasoned performer and teacher. He works at a place called the Seattle Drum School, where musicians and non-musicians alike can come together to play music. It's just one of those very cool, very unique Seattle art and music places.
And as you saw earlier in the show, Bob is currently playing bass with Ayron Jones on the way.
Bob is like this music guru. He gets it every single time I say, hey, Bob, I'm playing this, that, and this. And he's like this, like that, like this. You mean like the Stones, like back in the day.
Great.
He's Bob is probably one of the sweetest people you ever meet, and more than anything, he's just in love with music, and that inspires you and everyone around you to just be great at music.
Sure, he certainly gets our stamp of approval, and it was a pleasant surprise to find him here. Here's Bob Lovelace at the Seattle Drum School. You're watching Sounds by the Sound. We're at the Seattle Drum School with Bob Lovelace, and you're going to take us on a tour of this place and kind of explain kind of exactly what's going on and what's happening here. Some of the history behind the school.
Yeah, we started in 1986, the North Seattle location.
Yeah.
We had a one-room, 12 by 12 office, and now we have the 8,300 square foot building that we're in up north. And we opened this one in 2007.
Is there something that you're most proud of that the school has done?
I mean, we just did a student showcase here yesterday. This little girl, 5 years old, she's saying New York, New York, the Star Spangled Banner, true colors.
Yeah.
And she just brought the house down. And it's inspiring. I mean, it brings chills to my spine.
Can we take a look around?
Yeah, sure, right on.
Which way? Oh, Steve, come on with us. You want to come with us, or you?
I should go back to work.
The guy's got to teach. He's never stopped working. Well, we appreciate that. Thanks for letting us interrupt, man. Who are these pictures of, Bob?
When we first started, we took pictures like every year. This is a wall of like the kids that helped made this location.
That's so
Like,
awesome.
from, like-
It's got to be a great reminder of just the lives that you've touched year after year after year.
This is my student right here.
Hi,
And I'm
how's
gonna
it
take him
going?
into my room for a second. Her dad and her granddad plays guitar.
Yeah.
And they have a guitar that they give her. I have to teach her how to get good on guitar, to get a guitar passed down to her. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Welcome to my room.
Whoa! That's the organization that I
Well,
completely understand.
You know,
Absolutely.
when I'm looking for something, a shelf deters you.
Little Steely Dan right
Oh,
there.
World's
Love
greatest
that.
hits from 1900. Vaudeville. I'm kind of all over the place.
That's so great. For as long as you've been in this music community, what has stayed the same? What has been consistently for you kind of positive things about this music community?
The level of people that play here it's really not normal.
Yeah.
Like you could go out in Seattle and we could just pick the paper and be like, all right, here's this random bar we never heard of. We're gonna go see a punk rock band, right? Just a random band, never heard of them. I guarantee you they're gonna be tight. This school puts out the players that play in the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like there's people like with names tied from learning drums here. There's like even people that I play with. I used to play music at the market. I mean, I had to play there to eat. Well, now I'm playing like venues. So
Unbelievable.
This city gave this to me. Like, and that's why I love the city.
Holy cow. Speaking of a collision of worlds, look at this right here, absolutely.
That's right, man. Biggie Smalls right here.
We're at the Seattle Drum School, absolutely. This is Bob Lovelace, and you're watching Sounds by the Sound.
All right.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Sounds by the Sound. A very special thank you to everyone that helped us out today, from the Seattle Drum School to Bob Lovelace, to Robert Lang Studios, to Jeff Angell. Right now, it is one more performance from Ayron Jones and the Way. We're at the Columbia City Theater in Seattle, Washington, and you're watching Sounds by the Sound.
The song is called Take Your Time. I know it's hard when you're moving too fast. We smile for the moment. I wanna make this last.